How can you have a better time at a play party by letting go of expectations? I'm here with Monique Darling and Peter Peterson from EverydayTantra.com, and I'm Kathy Martilli from TheIntimacyDojo.com. And we just threw an event last night, which was so fun.
It's amazing.
Yeah, and we thought we'd shoot some videos and answer some questions that we heard so that you can go out and have a better time the next time you go to, or the first time you go to a play party.
So the first thing we'd like to offer you is, even though you're going to a play party where sexuality can happen, then we're inviting you to expand your definition of what sex can be.
Yeah.
So can it be eye gazing? Can it be penetrating each other's souls? Can it be playing with multiple people? And so we thought we'd give you some tips and tools that we've encountered and that we've also experienced in running and attending many, many, many play parties.
Yes. So the biggest thing I want to say, and I talk a lot about body image and body confidence, everybody has different preferences, and you don't have to prefer people that don't match what you like. Like, some people don't like to play with bigger people. That's absolutely fine. You don't have to be politically correct on what you like. However, a lot of people have this image, because we've watched all this media, of I must sleep with someone that looks like Cindy Crawford or something like that to be a good person. And so they're filtering everybody out of the room, and that person's a little too old, that person's too skinny, that person doesn't have big enough boobs, that person's not glamorous enough, that person's too fat. And then there's one or two people that are pretty close to what the media says, and everyone's like trying to get them so that they can feel good about themselves. That doesn't feel good to anyone in the room, and it also really limits your chances. I have an example. I was cuddling on the bed with two men and two women. We were all just cuddling and having a good time and talking, and the other woman happened to be very conventionally pretty. And this gentleman had kind of come in a couple times, and we were like, we're not interested in anyone else joining us. We were just having a really good time. And then we were just cuddling and hanging out, and we're like, hey, he came back in, we're like, if you want to cuddle on the outside of me, he was invited in. And if he had, we might have built rapport and had some connection, and everyone would have felt more comfortable with him. But he said, no, I want to cuddle with her, very specifically the conventionally pretty woman. And we're just like, no, we don't want to interrupt that way. And it just felt like he was after something that wasn't about a human being. It was after an image that he had. Mm-hmm. And I think when we can let go of that image, I know the first play party I went to, I walked in, and there were all these really hot, cool people having this really hot sex, like this big foursome. Mm. And I was like, oh, I need to do that to be cool. Mm-hmm. And luckily I chilled out a little bit and just watched. Okay. But I found out later they all knew each other and they planned it ahead. Mm-hmm. So it wasn't like they were just going, let's do this weird position, and it was.
Didn't it just happen?
No, they'd known each other for years. So anyway, sorry, I want to give you guys space to talk to, but I think it's really important to let go of the picture.
Absolutely. One point I'd like to bring up is that a lot of people that come to these events have this expectation of, oh, if I don't have sex with 3 women, then this is a total failure. Or if I don't connect with these people, it's a total failure. Yeah. And I'm going to leave with a tail between my legs. And I don't know if I ever want to come back. And I tell these people, like, hey, let go of the expectation. Let go of the agenda.
Just being at a play party or even invited to a play party, how many people get to have that?
Right. But I feel like when you let go of that expectation, then everything becomes a win.
Yeah.
And then you'll find that you'll have more range and scope to create something that you didn't even conceive of.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know, you're letting go of this expectation, you're letting go of something having to happen, and then all of a sudden you find out, like, wow, some person wants to connect with you, and you end up having the most amazing night. I've seen that many times.
Yes.
Many times.
And there's so much magic in the unknown. And so I've seen and been part of different groups that are playing and have someone jump in and they have the specific expectation or agenda of what they want to have happen. And most of the time we're a no, because we've already co-created this amazing experience that we're having. But when someone comes in and is just sitting there, hey, could I watch? And sure, and then they sit there, and then you can feel their energy. They can feel like it feels like that they're being sensitive and respectful to what's already been created. Then a little while later, then one of us might invite them in and check in with the group, because it's really important, especially our play parties. Then we recommend check in with everybody, because everyone has the right to have a voice. And if 2 people are playing at the end of a pile, and you ask someone at this end, then all of a sudden they're done playing and someone's touching their leg, that doesn't feel good.
Yeah.
So if you can just sit and be respectful, then quite often, then the people that are playing will invite you in some way. Or if someone comes and says, hey, I just like to put my hand on your feet. Could I feel into the energy? And that worked so well for me when I first started attending play parties, because I wasn't about to take off my clothes. I didn't feel good about my body. I didn't feel like I had any sexual self-confidence at all around anything sexual. I had curiosity, but there was like, oh, everyone is having so much fun. And then I started feeling into the energy, and I'm like, oh wow, there's all of this happening behind the scenes. So how can I tap into that? And so there would be a whole group of people playing in one corner, and then there'd be 2 or 3 people on the outside. And I'm like, hey, could I hold your heart? And I started realizing you could use the energy to connect with your clothes on.
Yeah. Well, and I really love that. I think that people that come back over and over, they build a community, and then they have that, they're like, hey, like Norm, back from Cheers.
Yeah.
And people that are new are like, oh, I want that. And they built it over time.
Mm-hmm.
They might have given someone a massage last time, or just brushed their hair or something. And this time it's like, hey, that was a really fun interaction. You were really clean about it. You weren't needy and pulling at me. You didn't call me 15 times afterwards and try to get me to do things.
Yeah.
Now I feel safer, and I'm going to relax into your energy faster. So I think, learning that it doesn't have to be penetrative sex with 5 people to be a hot time, and building those relationships over time. And we watch each other. Like if I see Monique's really comfortable with this Peter guy that I don't know, I'm going to or I'll go, hey, Monique, Peter, is he okay? Oh yeah, he's great. So there is a lot of checking in that way, and you can build those relationships and start building that sense of safety so that you can step into the environment faster.
Mm-hmm.
So
I can't agree with you more. I mean, I feel like letting go of what has to happen. If you can do that, the whole event is going to be so much more spectacular.
There's always going to be another play party, and if you can drop the urgency, then there's all this room for the unknown to happen, that then you actually are co-creating instead of one person bringing their desire, their needs, or their agenda and trying to place it on top of another human being.
yeah. So we're going to come back with another video, and we're going to talk about how to deal with the things if you're shy, because shy people at play parties, we really love it when people come out, but it can some little tips to help you move forward with that. Please leave comments and questions below. We'd love to hear from you.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah. Oh, and can you tell them where they can find you?
You can find Peter and I at whereintheworldismoniquedarling.com, because we're all over.
Yes.